With so much information being thrown around about Sakhal, there have been a few questions people need answering. One of the main ones being, how exactly do you get geared on Sakhal? And here I'm going to answer more questions than R. Kelly had to when they found his secret hard drive. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe. It really helps me out. You have no idea. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
Why is that worm so freaking hard?
Maybe you're just type. Okay, so the first question we need to address is, because this game is so hardcore survival focused, does it have a lot of PvP areas, or does it cater to those types of players? So yes, but probably not like you're used to. So the way you acquire PvP items on Sakhal is a little bit different to the other maps. There's a lot less procedure and repetition. Previously, you knew that the first thing you needed to do to find a PvP weapon was hit a police station, whereas now, because Sakhal is a mostly civilian based island, your early tier weapons will almost certainly come from houses, making you loot in a much wider area around the coast. Honestly, some of these Sakhalians were so armed, I bet their neighbors were terrified. And don't get me wrong, there absolutely are police stations, but they are in every few towns over. So most of the time, you're not just going to be able to spawn in a place and go, okay, well, I know the police station is on that corner and the medical center is to the left. Does that mean that PvP is hindered? No, but it does stay consistent with the world design and the world building, because even the way you gear up now helps paint the picture of what Sakhal was. It's a clever little differentiation that really actually kind of ties it all together. But fear not, there are still lots of military bases you can hit, and actually there are some on the coast, especially at the docks. They have sort of little military areas that were set up that look like they were part of an evacuation effort, or maybe a way to control the virus. Either way, hitting these places are a good way to get some decent weapons at the very beginning, but they are lower tier. If you want higher tier weapons, there is a way to do this as well. Around a lot of the mountains, you will come across little military compounds or bases. Some of them have police stationed at them, sort of highlighting the fact that Sakhal wasn't a highly intense military area, well, on the main island anyway. So you come across them and they have some pretty decent tier weaponry. They're also surrounded by infected, so you need to be careful, similar to any military zone. You can stumble upon quite a few of them just traveling around the mountains searching. You will find a few compounds here and there, and they will have barracks and lots of other places to get military gear, such as a prison. Did I already make an R. Kelly joke? But, and this is probably going to come with a bit of a spoiler for one of the points of interests, if you can't find them and you definitely want to find a military site, then the best thing to do is look for one of these rad domes. And when I say one of them, yes, I mean there are multiple. I'm pretty sure I found two separate small ones and a large one, each one being military adjacent. But let's say you want the highest tier weaponry you can get on Sakhal. Where would you go? So there is a place many streamers have taken to calling Italy. Located in the southwest, this place is probably the biggest militarized zone we've ever had in DayZ. Walking through here is not easy, and a lot of players will struggle if they don't have some sort of gear with them. This is because you will get attacked by a relentless onslaught of wolves if you're not careful. There are infected scattered all around the island. There are lots of military posts, military compounds, bases, structures. This is just a long stretch, and going all the way through, you will definitely get geared, but you have to remember, when you go all the way through, you also have to go all the way back. However, given the amount of gear that you can potentially acquire here, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue, not to mention the fact that there is a bunker as well on Sakhal. The developers have tried to focus on a hardcore experience, but they've also tried to balance it with as much PvP as possible, giving you as much freedom as you had, but in a way that feels completely different. But to learn way more tips and tricks, click here, or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.